everyone. Cheers. Water. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
And we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, where we dye yarn to make bags. And it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We have already done our dyeing for the day, so that is done. And today we are going to be packing up stuff and getting it out of here, so that is finished.
Yeah.
So yes, yesterday we got a whole bunch packed and in the mail. And then we had to run some errands.
Went to war with AT&T.
Went to AT&T to find out what's going on, because we re-upped our 2-year...
Doesn't matter. We ordered new phones. And,
okay. We ordered new phones, and Helen's was delivered, and mine supposedly was on the truck. And then it was in transit for 2 weeks. And we've been calling, and every time we call, there's a reason why they can't do it. They're going to check, but
they're going to escalate it. We're going to escalate it. We're going to take care of this for you.
One person needs his manager. The manager needs the other person to be there, and of course, they're never working together. So we went yesterday, sat for over an hour, while they did a whole bunch of stuff that wound up doing nothing except making the whole thing worse, because when we talked to their bosses this morning, they now have to try and undo everything they spent an hour doing yesterday.
Yeah.
And when they came back and told us that after sitting there for an hour and a half, we still couldn't do what we needed to do.
They still couldn't order a new phone. It was just...
We tried not to take it out on the guy who had to come and tell us, because he was brand new to the situation. He hadn't been a part of it at all. He actually works in a different AT&T store that they pulled in because they don't have enough people. And the thing that made us the angriest was that the manager, who knew what was going on
and knew that he had wasted our time, walked out
because
and made the kid tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. So... not happy. So we have been on the phone. Helen's been back and forth with the business manager trying to figure it out, and they're trying to find out what's going on. But
we will ultimately work it out.
Yes, but it was frustrating.
It's very frustrating. And
So
as I explained to the manager, we both understand things get lost.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all.
We ship things for a living. Things get lost. It happens. Acknowledge the fact that it happened.
Don't take 2 weeks to try and start working towards fixing it.
Right. And then everything that they were doing that we were sitting there for yesterday should have been done before we even got there and been taken care of. They knew we were coming because we were coming to pick up iPads. So, it's the wasting of our time that is the most frustrating, and because the idiots.
But I mean, the first time we went, when we placed the order for everything, that was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then to have us go and sit for another hour and a half, and they keep trying
not
to
resolve anything.
Right, and they keep trying to pawn off a lower memory phone on me. They're like, well, I have this one in stock, but that's not the one I want.
Right.
That's not the one I need, because we run our business on our phones and our tablets, so I need something with storage. And you keep telling me I have this one, and I keep telling you no, so by now you should know that's not going to work.
Right.
Oh, still so frustrated. Anyway,
we will get it worked out.
Yeah, it will happen. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. It's not like I don't have a phone.
Meanwhile, I have a beautiful phone sitting in a box because I won't take mine out of the box until Beth gets hers. So.
And we both have our old phones. I mean, it's not like we don't have phones. We do have phones. It's just, it was time to re-up, and so we did.
Well, my favorite comment out of the whole thing was the manager who was there said to us, it's not like they weren't just stealing from you, they were stealing from us. What? Is that supposed to make me feel better?
You can take all those words away, and I still don't have my phone. First world problems, right?
Yes. And then this morning, I was hoping he'd come in.
Oh my God, this morning.
Dudley almost died.
No, seriously. Dudley almost died. Because
I am dead to the world asleep.
She is, it's early in the morning. She's out. And I was awake, and he's lying in my window.
He loves to lie in the window.
We have mostly crank windows, but we have a couple of casement windows where you push the window up, and he adores lying in the sashing. Or not the sashing, in the windowsill.
Yeah.
So he was lying there, and I kept saying to him, stop poking the screen, you're going to rip the screen. All of a sudden, the screen disappeared, and Dudley fell out the window.
Second story.
We're on the second floor. He fell out the window.
So I wake up to, hey, Dudley just fell out the window.
And she's like, what? What? I'm like, Dudley fell out the window. I'm trying to put clothes on because I have to go outside and find him. So I'm racing downstairs.
And I get halfway down the stairs. I'm like, I don't have shoes on.
She's still 3/4 of the way asleep. I got there, and he was just sitting there.
He was stunned.
Yeah, he was just sitting there, and as soon as he saw me, he came running over to me, and I picked him up, and he's fine. He's absolutely fine, but scared the crap out of me, and I woke her up with this, and, I mean, we keep saying Dudley's an asshole, because he really is a bit, but he's a love, and he adores Helen. I mean, he loves her so much. He's one of the island cats that we found, and, he's part of the family, and oh my god.
He was
stupid cats.
He just kept rubbing up against me.
Stupid cats, but that's a way to get yourself going in the morning.
And now
take
he's
the cat
like,
out the window.
He comes up every once in a while. I almost died today. What kind of treats do you have?
And then he gives me a look like, she did it.
She almost killed me.
Close the window to the point where the air can come through, but he can't fit in. So if we're in the room, he can be in the windowsill, but if not, then we're going to keep it closed most of the way, just because we don't want to go through that again.
Yeah.
Especially if we're not there to see it.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. We were dyeing today. We dyed July's yarn for the July Fairy Tales.
So pretty.
I'm really happy with it.
And I can't wait to do our clues.
Yeah, no, I'm really, really happy with it. It came out really well. I'm looking at our questions, and I flipped through, and there were the inspirations. So.
Also, just last bit of business, the Harry Potter Club is going to be up through the weekend to purchase for the third quarter. So if you haven't gotten your club yet, go ahead and do that.
Right, that's on the store under Harry Potter Yarn of the Month Club.
And it gets you 3 months, July, August, and September.
Right, and we are going to be dyeing that, but we can't dye that until we get the final tally.
Right.
So we have to wait until we get the final number. So okay.
All right.
Good. All right, here we go. Lori W says, Mary Beth, is that bluebell over your left shoulder? And if so, what do you guys think might play nice with it? All right. So it is. This is the lilac bus. It's got pinks and blues and purples. The pink is very pale.
And green.
And green and yellow. So that is the Lilac Bus. We did it because of a book club that we did where we read The Lilac Bus by Mae Fletcher. So that is that. So we thought, starting with the colors that are in it, Joy would look beautiful with it. But if you don't want that bright a pink, That'll Do Pig looks really, really good.
Or some pig.
It might be some pig. I think it's some pig.
So
okay.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Then there's always the little black dress. When in doubt, go with the little black dress because that looks very pretty too. It really pulls the greens, and I love the way the purple is popping because of it.
Yeah.
So that's good. We could go a little bit gray and do standing stones, which I also like very, very much with that. Okay. This is a little bit different. This is Doc from our Seven Dwarfs collection.
But I kind of like that one.
So do I. So there's that. This is more of a teal. It looks like it's more Kelly green on screen, but it's a teal.
Kind of comes out more teal against you. But.
Okay. So it just looks really green. It's a bluey green. It's definitely a bluey green.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then, last but not least, this is Hanging the Stars, and that's going to give it a darker option, but I really kind of like that
That
too.
really pulls the blue and the purple.
Yeah, so that's really pretty too.
Yeah.
So any of those would be a really good combination. Okay, so the lilac bus is the one you want to start with, and then you can build up from there with a whole bunch of other things. All right. Carol Morrison wants to know, where do we live that has all that sand? We are on the Jersey Shore. We're on Long Beach Island. It's a barrier island that is off the bottom third of New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
We're surrounded by sand.
Yes.
And water.
and we love it.
Yeah.
Kate Costantino says, lilac tonal to go with Emma. Yes, please. Guess what? We dyed today.
Yeah.
It's so
It really is.
It's
very
gorgeous. It's going to be, I think we're going to call it the author herself or something like that.
Yeah.
It's going to round out our Jane Austen, or almost round out our Jane Austen, because I'm thinking of another color to go in there. But yeah. CD says she loves our virtual craft, our podcast. It's like a virtual crafting meetup. How do you store or prepare your threads for cross-stitch projects? I should have thought that. All right, so for our DMC, we use these boxes. Some of them are carded on these little white bobbiny things. Some of them we just have the floss tucked into the little container or the little space like that.
Then maybe it's got them in numerical order. Makes it very easy to find what you need. And it's a
OP.
Oh, it's if you look up embroidery floss storage box, you can buy them on Amazon. This one we got at Tiger Crafts or whatever, that place in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why it's got the T. Okay,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about doing that. That's
Yeah.
right, we did. But
we've gotten them on Amazon before, and if you just look DMC storage or embroidery floss storage, you'll see them.
right,
And
Michael's has them. Joann's has them.
Yeah,
you know, all the
Walmart.
box stores
Yeah.
have them. Our fancy floss we keep on metal
Does
rings.
not look so fancy, but
No, we keep it on metal rings. They're in alphabetical order because, again, it makes it very easy to find them, and we can go through and take what we need.
yeah.
And then when it comes down to doing a project, we make up, this project has a lot of colors, but we make up cards. And I put the number
You
of
just
the
hole
floss.
punch
Yeah.
around the card.
So I put the number and whatever the symbol is that is in the project, and then put the floss around it.
Yeah.
So that's what we do.
So that makes it easy, so you don't have to take the entire hank with you when you're doing a project. You just take a couple strands.
So that if somebody else needs the same hank,
Right.
they're not looking all over for it and it's in your bag. Which has happened with both of us on
Yeah.
numerous occasions. So sometimes when we are doing a project with DMC, we will just make sure that we get all the different floss that you need for that project, if it's not too big, and so that you can keep the hank in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take out of the box, but for the most part, we just take like a couple of lengths,
Yeah.
tie it to our card, and go with that. Marriott Neeskin says she is making her Weekender Light in Snow White, which I think sounds really good.
Yeah.
It's going to be really, really pretty. Mary Ellen Wood suggests watching the movie Red with Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, and Helen Mirren. It stands for Retired Extremely Dangerous.
I remember seeing something when that
Yeah.
was coming out, and
I
thinking
thought
that could be amusing.
Yeah, that could be fun. She also recommends Calendar Girls, which we have
Love
seen.
that movie.
I love that movie, and I actually kind of want to see that again
Yeah.
because that was such a good movie. Really good movie. Jean KD says we should check out a hot ironing ruler at cookienoom.com, which would be great for quilting squares. So we have to check that out.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But if anybody knows about it, it's a hot ironing ruler. let us know. Amy Mickelson used to have a potbelly pig named Hyacinth Bouquet after keeping up appearances. I have to tell you, I may be stealing that for a yarn color because I love that name so much. And she suggests the series Sex Education on Netflix.
Yes.
We have seen both seasons. We are huge fans.
It's completely irreverent.
Completely not safe for work.
But it is very, very amusing.
Yes, we loved it. So, Dee says that her husband told her if you spray Ortho Weed Killer mixed very strong on poison ivy, then cover it with a black plastic tarp or cardboard, and then let the sun bake it dead. So, did you take a picture of what we got? Because somebody else had asked what we used to do that. We actually got the black plastic tarp when we were going to Maryland last year, and then we found a colorful plastic mat that was so much prettier. So we have that black tarp that we could use. And Lord knows we have the sun.
So we got, it's from Lowe's. It's Bio Advanced Brush Killer. Kills tough brush, roots and all.
But the big thing it says is that it kills poison ivy.
You can't just get, we have found, Weed Killer does not do our poison ivy. We've got to get something that says poison ivy. So I've sprayed this, and it does kill them in a couple of days. All of a sudden they go brown. It's just we've got some coming up from where we pulled it, and it's just coming up again. So I just have to go out and spray again. Yeah.
But we may be putting the black tarp down too because...
Right. And this one says blackberry, poison oak, poison ivy, and kudzu is what it kills.
Well, if the kudzu comes, we'll know.
Yeah, and it says kills roots.
Right, so that's good. All right, she also says that we don't have a problem with the neighbors with the kiddie pool. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all. It's just, it's kind of not their style. So I would just do it as a, tweak my nose at them. But I do like the idea. She says there are black molded pools in Home Depot that have a small pump underneath that keeps the water fresh, and you throw in a few rocks around the edges so the birds will love it.
And you dig it out.
Right. It goes in the ground.
Yeah.
I love that idea. I really love that idea. So we're going to look into that because I think that's great. And I love the idea of the birds having a continuous fresh water.
Yeah, and the fountain will keep the water fresh.
So... and Cheryl Claybos says that she loves the idea of yarn that represents the women that were left behind in World War II. So we are playing around with an idea with that for the Nightingale. So that is definitely in the cards. So that is what I have right now.
Okay.
All right. We are off to have lunch.
Yes.
And then
we will be back on Tuesday.
Yes. We hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, enjoy the weekend.
It's supposed to be nice. Humid, but nice.
I don't even know.
I think there's rain coming through at some point.
Last weekend in June.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's so scary. Okay. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful time. Relax. And we will see you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Bye.